guys, it's Matt with Tips for Truckers over here. Got special guest Rich Muller. He has been driving a truck for 20 years, right?
20 years.
20 years. He's trained, he's taught at a school, he's done reefer, intermodal, all that. And today, this video is about rookie tips. This is strictly tips for rookies. You can use it after you've been driving a while, but if you're a rookie, I would strongly advise adhering to these. So, Rich, let's go with the first one.
Okay. Well, the first one is just a general rule of try to keep it simple, try to keep it easy.
Yeah.
Don't this business is hard enough.
You're gonna want a straight back.
Yes.
Don't jackknife it if you could just do a straight back.
Anytime you can make a straight back out of it, you're better off. And here's how you do that. Okay. When you drive up to your spot, like you got to get in a door, you can judge if you've got enough room directly opposite that door to straighten out your trailer. All you do is look at the door and look, pick a target directly opposite and head for that target. And within 150 feet or less, the trailer will straighten out and get straight back in. Okay?
All right, and speaking of that, when you're backing into a spot, teach them if they do have to do a 90. Teach them, what's the secret to that? What's the secret to that? The Muller technique.
First of all, be careful. Secondly, take it slow. Alright? Now, what you're going to do is an angle dock, so to speak. When you can see your door, the open spot that you got to get in, you keep on pulling forward until you're looking at the truck next to you. Maybe the bunny, the door, or whatever it is. Alright? From that position, you take a hard right and a hard left. Okay? And then when you straighten, that hard left is going to get you straightened out. Alright? And then go forward from there about another 10 or 15 feet and start turning it. This will give you a head start on your jackknife. Okay? When you do the hard right and the hard left, that will put the tail of your trailer exactly in front of the door that you want to get into. Okay? But what's going to happen, you should do this all the time. By the time your trailer starts reacting to what you're doing with the steering wheel, you're going to move at least 10, sometimes 20 feet, depending on where your trailer tandems are. So that's why you do hard right, hard left, and a little bit more.
And another thing is, like you said, whenever you're doing a maneuver, you want to stop, turn the wheel hard, completely, if not close to completely.
Right.
And think about what you're doing. Just take a second and say, do I want my trailer to go right, or do I want it to go left? Or do I need to think about my truck swinging around, or am I more worried about the trailer? Just stop and think and give yourself a second. But also, when you're using that technique of turning the wheel sharp and stopping and turning the wheel, you're saving yourself precious distance. So if you're ever in like the tightest spot that you can get into, and you'll know how tight you can get in after a couple of years of driving. But as a rookie, you don't know. So just assume every place is pretty tight. And so, but if you keep turning the wheel as you're backing up, it's going to take you longer. You're going to need more room to swing around and everything.
Right.
So that's another big thing.
That's what we're saying about it's going to take the trailer time to react to what you're doing with the steering wheel. So that's why you do your steering before you start moving. And that'll save you anywhere from 10 to 20 feet. And sometimes you'd pay for it if you had it. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, another thing is when you're maneuvering in tight places like that, don't palm the wheel.
Yeah,
that drives me crazy.
I didn't even know about that one. But
there's a lot of
reasoning.
We could take this camera right now and show you all the ruts and the bumps and the holes in the pavement. Okay? And when you're backing up in a tight place, particularly in the dark, maybe not well lit, and literally the tail of your trailer is just within inches of some other guy's hood and his mirrors. And when you're palming the wheel, and then your steer tires hit a hole in the ground or rut in the pavement, and it pops, that's enough to do about $5,000 or $6,000 worth of damage like that.
See, and I didn't even think about that until you told me that today. Okay, so Rich, you were just talking about Don't palm the wheel because it can rip the steering wheel out of your hand and everything. You know. And we got to talking about power steering and stuff, but you still got to do it even if you don't have power steering. All trucks have power steering, which makes it a lot more sensitive and everything. So yeah, that's definitely a good tip, Rich. But that brings me on to my last tip here, and it's what got me through trucking school, and I still use it to this day. I've never heard it before, but my grandpa taught me it when I was a little kid, and I swear to God, it got me through trucking school, and still helps me to this day. And that is, you take your hand and you grab the steering wheel. You don't palm it. You grab the steering wheel. You grab the steering wheel, okay? And I know this sounds simple, but it's very effective. You grab the bottom of the steering wheel and you stop and think, like we talked about earlier. Do you want to turn that trailer you want that trailer to go to the right, or do you want it to go to the left? Now, you think about that, you say, I want my trailer to go to the right. You start pushing that steering wheel to the left.
That direction.
You're on the right. But anyway, you turn the bottom of the steering wheel in the direction that you want the trailer to go. Now, once you get to where you have to swing your cab around, throw that technique out the window, because you already got your trailer basically where it needs to go, right, Rich?
Yep.
Because by the time you're swinging your cab around, you should already have that trailer basically in the hole. You're just polishing it off. And as you guys know in one of my earlier videos, don't be afraid to do a lot of this and that. You know, just pulling up a foot, you know, you get your truck back around. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Nobody's keeping score.
Yep.
It's only, once you get your CDL, the test is over with. If you got to take 4 pull-ups or 5 pull-ups, do it.
Yeah, and to this day, I will, every time I turn the steering wheel, if I got two trucks on both sides, every time I turn the steering, after every maneuver I do, I get out and look. It doesn't bother me anymore. And if anybody says anything on the CB, you don't worry about it, because they're going to say way worse things if you hit something, right, Rich?
Yeah.
And then your company's going to end up saying something.
Yeah,
Right?
a lot of paperwork to do.
What you saying?
When you're trying to back up into a tight spot, like right next to it, you can't see it though.
Yep.
What you're wanting to do is get your trailer straightened out and then slide it into the spot. You don't want to be going into the slot crooked, okay? And what you're literally doing is you're using your cab to push the nose of your trailer into position, and then you bring the cab around, and then you go.
You know,
Okay?
Rich, that makes me think about something. Also, if you don't have to open your doors to back in, sometimes after you're into the spot, you don't have enough room to pull in and swing your doors open. But if you have enough room to pull up and swing your doors open after you got lined up with the spot, wait to open your doors. That goes back to rule number 1. Make it as easy as possible, guys. It's so simple. So if you know, and it takes a little bit of experience, if you know for sure that you're going to be able to pull straight up and back straight back, don't open them doors until you got it right in line with the doctor.
All right. That also goes with if they require you to slide your tandems all the way to the rear.
Yep.
On a box trailer, and that's very important. A lot
It's
of
going to
places,
react slower.
right? It's very difficult to maneuver if your tandems are all the way back.
Yep.
So if the place allows you to get into the door and then slide your tandems, that's your best technique. Okay. And what you do is you get it in there like you want to, and then slide your tandems. All you got to do is pull it forward and
Yep.
straight back. Okay. But if you try to get into that slot with your tandems all the way back, you just violated the rule number 1 that we
Well, hey, now that you're mentioning that, what's some airlines, Rich? Now that you're mentioning that really makes me think of that thing I was trying to think about earlier. Okay, nobody's going to tell you this. Matt's going to tell you this, and you never heard it before. This is a world exclusive premiere. Okay.
It's better be good.
It is damn good, Rich, let me tell you. Okay, so you got 2 open spots like next to here. Imagine we got 2 open spots, a truck here and a truck there. Which spot are you gonna, I'm gonna ask you, Rich, which spot do you take? You got 2 open spots here. Do you take that one or do you take this one? Why?
I take the one where I can see the target.
Where you can see your target.
Right.
Okay.
I worry about my blind side. Didn't
Where you got your blind side. Exactly. And that is something that so many people don't think about. They think, oh, well, you know, it'll give me more room to swing in if I take the farther spot. But here's the thing. You can't hardly see this truck over here if you take the far spot. If you're taking that spot, you can see when you're an inch away, you know.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, an inch, that makes all world of difference, just as every woman I've been with. Anyway, now tips for truckers. Have a great day.